Okay, so this is a test of two cameras. If I turn over here, talk to you guys this way, and then I turn back here, and I'm recording my screen, I have a nice way of kind of like demoing all this. So let's just show you some of the basics. So yeah, cutlass is a Swiss Army knife. You got a menu, and start from where I normally start, which is the data directory. So this isn't checked in, and you should be free to clean this out every once in a while. So in fact, let's open up data. And let's look how big some of these things are and be like, oh my god, yeah, we don't need that one. And we don't need that one. And oh yeah, that goes with that one. And all right, lovely days. So then you need, a YouTube that you might want to grab. And so let's just pick a good one here. Floyd always has good stuff. Comic book convention. Oh, stand-up comedy? Oh yeah, that's good.
Welcome to the AI comedy.
So you take just the ID. I copied that from the URL there, right? And so now you do cutlass YouTube. Oops. So this is just using YouTube Download Pro. And it saves it as a MP4. But the MP4 from YouTube can't be used in QuickTime or Final Cut Pro until you convert it. So then we run this command. This is very important. Here, zoom in here if you can. This thing. I didn't know this for the longest time, but if you do FFmpeg and you give it an MP4 and you don't specify this thing, Video Toolbox H64, and you don't specify this, and this for the audio is very important. You don't do all that stuff, then your fan starts to spin and it takes a long time, and it's unpleasant to convert a large file. But if you simply do add this, it uses hardware acceleration on your Mac, and this changing like the bit rate, yeah. And this audio copy just means don't bother re-encoding the audio because the audio is fine. QuickTime can handle the audio just fine. It's just the way YouTube does this very particular MP4 that QuickTime can't handle, right? Okay, so that is, oh yeah, I think it already ran. It's trying to get the subtitles. Sometimes it doesn't work, so there's no subtitles. But if we open up data, what did we just get here? Hey, nice.
Welcome to the AI Comedy Club, folks. We're all AI, you're all AI, and the jokes. Yay, yay. Enjoy the show.
That wasn't funny.
I got a new pair of gloves today, but they're both lefts, which on the one hand is great, but on the other, it's just not right.
Okay, so I've downloaded that file and I've extracted out the funny jokes. And so I made this file called jokes.txt, and we have day off, water, beans, eyebrows, holy. And if we look in data now, you'll notice these guys are all in here, right? Okay. And so now if we look at, Cutlass's main menu, there's this thing called YouTube bulk assemble. And so let's see if this works. If I do Cutlass and then I give it that jokes file, and then here you can just say something like best jokes. And let's see what it generates. Oops. Okay, so it created this best jokes 5 in Final Cut Pro XML. And so now let's just open that in Final Cut Pro. Aha.
Day off.
I gave him a glass of water.
Okay, so it's put these nice little, animations in before each clip. But obviously the clips are not the right length, so let's just fix that manually for now. We'll fix this in Cutlass eventually. Okay. And let's hear how this is now.
Can't believe I got fired from the calendar factory. All I did was take a day off.
Today, a man knocked on my door and asked for a small donation toward the local swimming pool. I gave him a glass of water. I just got kicked out of a secret cooking society. I spilled the beans.
I told my girlfriend she drew her eyebrows on too high. She seemed surprised. How do you make holy water? You start with regular water, then boil the hell out of it.
Put anything we want in this file of, these, you can put any videos you want there and it's going to assemble those, and it's going to use a template. So if you wanted to change, the sound and how this looks, that's all in templates. and I believe that's called number card. So here is the actual, XML of what's making that number card. It looks weird, right? It looks like all these things, but you don't have to be scared by them. they're really just numbers, and it's just attributes. It's just like picking this thing and then saying this is part of this thing and this is part. It's like in programming, it's just like object dot this dot this dot this dot this, and it's just all numbers. But you don't have to actually understand what those numbers are or do anything with them, but you just have to not be scared at them when you see them in the template. And so, you don't have to understand a lot of this stuff, except the good things to notice are these little, brackets. This is the Go's templating language that's going to put, dynamic stuff in here. This is how we get number 5. Remember back when we were in this thing, this is number 2, and this is number 1. Well, that's coming from right here. That's dynamic, which is important, right? And it's supposed to. There's an add 5 here. I wonder if that's hard coded by mistake, because it's supposed to allow for. Oh no, this is a top 5 template. Eventually, it'll be top n, and it shouldn't be hard coded to 5. Okay, but anyway, it has that in there, and then the other. This is just the rest of the all the logic that's making that thing. But this is just one template, right? This is the number card template. But check out this template, which is called top 5. Again, don't be scared by the bookmark. This is just some binary data of telling it where the file is. But you can see right here where I put this. I start this thing with the Cutlass logo. But feel free to remove that, of course. Just a little branding. And so we come down here and we're building our thing. More dynamic Go templating stuff. Here is the audio file right here. That synth accent. And here, this is important, right? This is how it's dynamically picking each. So this is the important part to understand the template, is that it's not repeating it in code or in this template over and over again, but rather it's doing a loop, right? And so here it is. Here's the loop, range. So it's looping over the 5 videos, and then it's doing what it needs for each one. And here's the most important thing is, it's probably going to do 2 loops, because that's the loop above, and then here's the next loop down here to actually do it. And then, a lot of numbers again. Here is the most important one, if I find it. I must have gone too fast. So let me just search for the word template. There it is. That's what I was looking for. So this is a template within a template, which is really powerful, right? Remember we just looked at number card? And you're passing in the index. And so that's everything. This index is everything it needs to build this number card. But it's so much better to put this template here like this, as opposed to look at what would happen if I went into here and I copied all of this. Oh my God, that's 224 lines. If I were to come here and paste that there, oh my God, I've just made a mess of this thing, right? And instead, you're able to extract it. And in fact, this probably should be extracted more. Eventually we'll go in here and we'll, a lot of these things will just become individual templates, and then this will become much and much easier to read. But anyway, so now that we've got our jokes, I guess the last thing to do is just actually take that generated thing and put it at the end of this video. And all right, see you on YouTube.
Can't believe I got fired from the calendar factory. All I did was take a day off.
Today, a man knocked on my door and asked for a small donation toward the local swimming pool. I gave him a glass of water. I just got kicked out of a secret cooking society. I spilled the beans.
I told my girlfriend she drew her eyebrows on too high. She seemed surprised. How do you make holy water? You start with regular water, then boil the hell out of it.